Oh, yeah. Forget everything else she said. I'm her sister-in-law. That's all that matters, right? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Cold is not even a description right now. I think I forgot. I really did. But you can be rest assured I am very layered right now. My feet are out. I said, man, I got to bring a bag of boots. I really forgot. I am happy to be here. I did not realize I was coming to a snowpocalypse, but I am here, and that's okay. I need to tell you first, my first experience at WSU and experiencing my first snow. This was that year, I think at the end of September, it began to snow. And so I was teaching, as Paula said, classroom management. I was teaching diversity in schools and society. And so that morning, I woke up and I looked out, and we were living on one of the hills. You know, it's 4 hills here in Pullman. Well, it might be many more now. I mean, things have changed so much. But back then on the 4th hill, one of the hills, I woke up and I looked out the window and it was snowing. Now, if you know anything about North Carolina, you know, if they think it's going to snow, they shut down the schools, they shut down the supermarkets, they close the whole city. And so it was snowing. And I said, oh my goodness, this is beautiful. I'm not going to work today. I'm going to call my mom and share all this good news. So I put my robe on and I put some hot chocolate on. And then I was called, oh, we have the snow. And then all of a sudden, my phone rings. And it was a professor. I won't call their names, but, you know, they're still here. They called me and they said, Miss Price? I said, yes. They said, are you coming to teach your kids today, your class today? I said, no, why would I do that? And I said, it's snowing. And so that was like my first flop here. And so the professor said to me, well, just so you know, we do not cancel classes here when it's snowing. And so, you know, we'll go ahead and cancel your class today, but just know if it snows tomorrow, you'll still need to come in and teach. So that was a big flop. So if you think you're going to go into teaching and never have a big flop, yeah, you are wrong, because you will have a big flop. So that's my very, very, very first experience here. And so, of course, coming back today, seeing all of this snow, it just kind of took me back to whenever I was here. So we're going to go ahead and kind of get started. I know that it is 9 o'clock here, but I'm still on North Carolina time, so it's 12 o'clock in my body. So I'm going to need you guys to wake up and get up. So I want you guys to go ahead and stand up. Look, everybody's moaning. I just got settled in. I had my coffee. Well, you know what? When you're teaching, you're going to have some babies in front of you that are going to need you to be on at 7:30 in the morning. So 9:30 is a luxury. So, all right, how many of you know how to play rock, paper, scissors? Yeah. If your hand does not go up, we have a problem. We have a problem. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. You are going to find a partner near you, and you're going to play rock, paper, scissors. If you lose, you sit down. Okay? It's just that simple. All right? You got it? Here we go. Ready? No, wait. First of all, let me explain this. See, we already have people that's already going, but let me explain this. It's like rock, paper, scissors, and then how many options do you have? 3. You have the rock, the paper, the scissors, right? We're not going to go new school, rock, paper, scissors, God, and rock, paper, scissors, bomb, all that stuff. No, we're going to take it back. Rock, paper, scissors. That's it. Okay, so you ready? Rock, paper, scissors. When you lose, sit down. Go. No, it's not the best out of 3. It's just you lose, you sit. Yeah, winner stay, you keep going. Yeah, you keep going. Yeah. Still winning. I see a couple people still winning. Some people are still receiving instructions on how to play rock, paper, scissors. Okay, it's just 3 hits, a 1, a 2, a 3. Do we still have some winners standing? Dr. Bettis, we still have some winners standing? It's 1, it's 2, it's 3. This was supposed to be 30 seconds, but you know, that's all right. Okay, we still have somebody. Okay, who won? What's your name? Anna. Let's give Anna a hand. Okay, let's shift the atmosphere one more time. Stand up. We're going to play rock, paper, scissors, shoot again. Now, here's what you're going to do. This time, if you lose, you're going to get behind the person who won. So if Tom is winning and he beats me, I'm going to get behind him and I'm going to say, go Tom, beat them, go Tom. You're going to cheer him on, okay? Does everybody have that? You ready? And we're going to see who's going to win. Okay, get a partner. Get a partner and go. Cheer him on, cheer him on. Cheer him on. I don't hear cheers. Cheer him on. Cheer them on. I don't hear any Gokus. I don't hear anything. Cheer them on. All right. I see some cheering over here. Come on. Who's still winning? Who's still winning? I see one right here. Cheer them on. You got it? Y'all ready? You won? Oh, you still winning? Right here. Gabby. We got any winners? All right, wait, we still have a winner. You got to cheer them on. No, we still got one right here. Oh, who's still winning? Who's still winning? All right, is this it right here? Y'all got to cheer them on. Oh, do we have a winner? All right, come forward, come forward. What's your name? Caitlin. Caitlin is our winner. All right. Caitlin, if you haven't had your coffee for today or have never tried it, here's a small gift. Congratulations, you're the rock, paper, scissors champion. Give her a hand, guys. All right. So how'd that feel? That was 2 different ways to do that, right? Guys, at the end of the day, we're on the same team. We are on the same team. And sometimes when we count people out, then, you know, it doesn't feel so good, but everybody got behind those winners, right? Everybody was able to cheer each other on, and that felt good. But basically, it was just a way to get you moving this morning. So why are we here? Why are we in this business? As you can see, maybe, yes. Hold on. This is why I'm here. Children should be at the heart of every conversation. Obviously, this is my family, my husband, my 2 kids. Tyson is 5, Elena is 6, and Blake is 6 months. My husband is over there. He's recording, I think. And then the baby's in his lap. But this is why we're here, because children should be at the heart of every conversation. So, what's my story? Okay, what's my story? Picture this. Chipped wooden desk of various sizes, shapes, and colors. Exterior doors wrapped with duct tape for extra security. Broken glass windows. My clicker's not working, excuse me. Still not working. Assistance. There we go. technology. Broken glass windows, windows that are glued shut, books with worn pages, pencil markings on the interior, marked in fair condition. And we'll come back to that concept. A classroom full of 19 energetic students and 2 teachers. A school of only 235 students. Was it too much to ask for the desk to match? Was it too much to ask for a new book? Did you have to put the duct tape on the doors? Can someone break into the school through duct tape? Will birds fly into our classroom with the broken glass? What about snakes? Can snakes really climb up walls to get in a classroom? This was a picture of my 2nd grade classroom in 1987. Did you hear me? 1987. And those are the questions that I worried about every single day coming to elementary school. That is the picture that remains with me to this day. Now in high school, where are my friends from middle school? Do they know I live in a trailer park? Am I as smart as my parents say I am? Can I really take honors courses that my teachers didn't recommend for me and AP courses? My teacher gave me a 99 and said, it's basically a 100. Should I say something? Should I go out for the basketball team? My parents never went to college. Who can afford this? How do I get the money? My teacher said, I didn't know you were from there. You don't act like them. Who is them? Oh my God, college? Scholarship? Me? Where do I go? Will my friends be going to the same college? What % of the campus is African American? How do I find my way around the campus? Can I just go home every weekend? Am I doing the right thing? Did I come to the right place? Teacher of the year, my first year of teaching? How in the world? Bank of America dinner? What do I wear? How do I dress? Which fork do I use first? Am I supposed to bring someone with me? I don't see anybody I know. This is from the thoughts and minds of an African American girl, like me. No, me. I was an underdog, to say the least. Didn't come from an affluent neighborhood. Parents did not have a higher education. We did not have money like many of the friends I attended high school with. I didn't have the resources or the know-how to pay for college. I think I'm still paying for it now. WSU is really expensive. But that was in 2005. It's not expensive now. I didn't quite know if I was ever doing school right or where my support system was, or even if I was being treated fairly. I thought everybody struggled the same way I did. When I was a child, just like kids still do today, I wondered about things being fair all of the time. It consumed my life. How come he gets 3 and I only get 2? You gave him a cell phone when he was 13 and now I'm 14. Come on, Mom, that's not fair. Now, my mom's reply may not have been a traditional response, and I promise not to curse and use words that she may have said, but she said, life's not fair, get over it. Now, that thing puzzled me. But back then, and even today, I wouldn't talk back, but I really wanted to say, why not? Level up. Equality is not enough. Now, so we go past present day, all right? We want to fast forward. And we live in a society where everybody gets a trophy society, right? There are no losers society. Everybody is a winner society. Everybody gets the same society. Everything must be fair society. But no one really examines the word fair and what it means as it relates to education. All right. But you see, that's where you come in. Future teachers of color, that's where you come in, okay? First of all, I just want to shift this a little bit just so I can be comfortable, okay? Teaching is not perfect, okay? I'm going to be a great example of that, okay? Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Now, you are tasked with making things fair in your classrooms, in the schools, etc. Now, here's what I want you to do. Now, Tom, you're going to have to move again, son, okay? Because you're going to need to get with some table mates. So I want you to work with your table mates right now. Come up with 1 or 2 words that defines the word fair. Take 60 seconds, just one word. That means you're going to have to talk. You got to turn and talk. Y'all heard these words before. Turn and talk. One word or two words to your definition of fair.
Sorry, I had to switch it to the online thing.
Okay. Yeah, and it's still
so
not.
I couldn't do it, so yeah, it's not working.
Okay, so this is not working either.
No.
That's okay.
So I can be the clicker for you.
Okay. Well, if you want to follow along.
Thank you. Got it. Do you want me to do now? Got it.
I'll go to slide five. Perfect. You're there. All right. Let me hear from you. Give me a word. What does fair mean? Right here, Allie. All right, I heard equal. Mark.
Inconsistent.
Inconsistent. Oh, okay. Okay. Let me start over. Mark. Consistency. Mark. Okay. Anna. Okay, she said equitable. What does fair mean? Simple definition. What does fair mean? Inclusion. What does fair mean? Equity and accessible. Just. Perry. What's right? Okay, so now, I heard the things equal, same. Some said equitable. You're further along than many people are, and that's great. Similar phrases are repeated time and time again in households as parents attempt to handle their children in a fair and equitable fashion. Yes, I air quoted equitable. The classic work in moral development conducted by Lawrence Kohlberg at Harvard University indicates that children in their initial stages of moral development define fairness as meaning that everyone gets the what? Everyone gets the same. Unfortunately, in many households, children have convinced their parents that this definition is a true and accurate one. Consider how many fathers do we have in here? All right. How many of you would return from a business trip bearing a gift for only one child? They're laughing. I already know the answer. How do you resist temptation to purchase a special gift for one child because you would feel the wrath of the siblings who received nothing? At holiday time, and we just went through this, do you carefully compute and monitor each child's gift list to ensure that all receive the identical number of gifts? Have you guys been through that even with your parents? Like, well, they have 7 gifts under the tree, and I have 5, and I'm displaying, well, there's 2 in one box, so it's about the same, right? If any of this sounds familiar, and or any of the childhood examples that we've talked about hold true, I want you to listen to this. You should understand that you are applying the concept of fairness at the level of a 7 or 8-year-old child. Okay? Oh, I heard some, that sounds harsh, right? But that's true. Okay? You cannot enter the classrooms as adults with this same fair mindset. The children you may teach may be 7 or 8 years old, but your understanding of fairness must not be. Level up. Equality is not enough. Everybody say, level up. Equality is not enough. All right, so now I want to see if you can use the same definition of fair when we talk about the same, when we talk about equal and exactness, mirroring. When you look at those definitions, I want you to see if you can apply it to this next example. Now, I want you to, there are some items on your tables, it should be, but I just want you to turn to your neighbor and I want you to talk to them really quickly about one of the worst injuries you've ever had. Okay, so turn and talk to your neighbor, one of the worst injuries you've ever had. finish your stories, maybe about 10 seconds. All right, let's bring our conversations to a close. All right, now, if you notice on your tables, now, I want one of you at the table to stand up and elect to be the doctor. Go ahead, stand up. Come on, stand up. Okay, we have Dr. Sparks over here. Okay, good. Everybody's standing. Now, doctors, you have the task with thinking about the injuries that you just had, and you can choose anybody you want, okay? And you're going to write a prescription for them, okay? But I've already given you what you need to give them to heal them, okay? Look on your tables, doctor. You have a Band-Aid. You have a Band-Aid, okay? Now, I want you to heal that person. Just choose somebody at your table and be prepared to tell about their injury and what you did to heal them. Okay, Dr. Ann, go ahead. Give them the Band-Aid for their... Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I'll heal you.
Oh, man. I don't care what they say. You heal them right now with that Band-Aid. All right, that's healing. Okay, very good, Dr. Allen. Heal them. You already healed them? You healed them? Oh, I can see it. I can see it. Come on, doctors. This is what you get paid to do. 6-figure salaries. Heal people with that Band-Aid. Dr. Nia, is it Nia or Nia? Is it Nia or Nia? Nia, did you heal somebody? Yeah. There he is, right there. Okay. Okay, now, all right, doctors, tell me what the injury was and how you healed them. Go ahead, Stephanie.
She broke her collarbone, and then I put a Band-Aid on it, and it hurt her more, so I don't want to be a doctor anymore.
Oh, well, glad you're finding out now. Okay, that's all right. So she collarbone broken, healed it with a Band-Aid. All right, Allie, what do you have?
We have a blown knee, a meniscus
Okay.
injury, and a ACL, and the whole works. That thing.
Very good. And you gave him what?
A Band-Aid.
Very good. All right. All right, Mark, you're up again.
Yeah, she fell down through a glass table while being chased by her brother's dog, and she got tired of waiting for me to do something. She put her own Band-Aid on.
Well, very good. I think she probably still paid for that visit, though. You didn't get out of paying for that. Okay, Dr. Emma?
Nicole broke her toes, and I put a Band-Aid on her shoe.
Very good. Do you feel better? No, you're not telling the truth. You don't feel better. All right, what was the injury?
We had a brain injury.
Oh.
So I put a Band-Aid lightly on it because I didn't want to hurt her.
Right.
I didn't want it to hurt to take it off either.
Okay. All right. So she was healed. Very good. Doctor?
We had a knee injury, and I think I kind of missed the cue. I didn't give her a Band-Aid. I gave her some advice.
Oh. Okay. Well, now you have an opportunity to redo it. Give her a Band-Aid and heal her. Very good. Oh, and you put your own Band-Aids on it, this doctor. Woo. Okay, well, very good. Oh, well, same cost, Band-Aid. Okay.
He injured his knee, like he tore his ACL twice. I kind of missed the cue on the Band-Aid, so I guess I'm saving him face.
Well, I don't know if you guys have attended that class, but listening is very important. Okay. But yeah, okay, so you healed him. So you blew your knees out twice?
Supposed to not walk.
Oh, wow, wow. Okay, ma'am. Dr. Price, Jr. Very good. He had a broken ankle and you put a Band-Aid on it. Go ahead, Ambassador. Oh, okay. So you guys have, okay, very good. All right, and right here, last one, doctor. Oh. Okay, it's working on healing. Okay. All right. Now, thank you guys. Thank you. Now, we heard a lot of injuries, right? We had a lot of injuries, but the only treatment we had was what? So some people may have had cuts. I heard ACLs and blown out knees and toes and back problems. I did hear some kind of cuts, right? But the only thing that we had to heal them was what? Band-Aids. So now let's think about this, how it relates to being fair and what fair really means. Okay? Everybody in here received the same treatment. Everybody, you hear that? The same treatment, right? Was that fair? Was that fair? No, that was not fair because people had different needs. In this case, fair would have meant giving people different treatments because they had different what? They had different needs. Would you ever go to a doctor who treated everyone the same no matter what their injury was? Would you? No, you would not. So the same thing as a teacher. You cannot go into classrooms treating students the same, giving them that same Band-Aid approach because students have different what? They have different needs. Band-Aid is not a cure-all, okay? Band-Aid is not a cure-all. So now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about proper treatment, okay? We're going to talk about proper treatment. We're going to talk about proper treatment. All right, here we go. All right, thank you. All right, so basically what you guys just did, you had an issue at hand, okay? You had something that you went to the doctor for that you needed for the doctors to see about. And then the quick fix was the what? The quick fix was the Band-Aid. Now, and then also, but what happens is there are times when you're going to need a what? A prescription, and that prescription is for the healing, right? So let's take a look at an example. So we're going to get real in here. Is that okay? Is that okay? All right. Now, so here is a diagnosis. This is something, and this is what it looks like in the classroom. So we're not talking about ACLs and brain injuries. We're not talking about that now. We're talking about children who come to you every day with issues, with problems, with things that they need your help with. All right? So, Victor, here's our first diagnosis. Victor has been caught by the teacher several times bringing food out of the cafeteria. He keeps the food in his coat pocket and eats the food periodically throughout the school day. The teacher becomes frustrated that she has reminded Victor of the school policy, and Victor continues to ignore her by bringing food out of the cafeteria daily. After the third time, the teacher writes an office referral for Victor. Sound familiar? No, you're in Pullman City Schools. That doesn't sound familiar, right? Okay. Now, let's look at the Band-Aid, which is where we typically stop. It's like black and white. Really? Victor is written up. This is what happens. Victor is written up for not following the student code of conduct. Administration is expected to support the teacher referral and assign Victor what? Yeah, detention or a day of ISS, right? But this is where we typically stop. The policy says this. Victor violated it, so we write him up, right? That is not what we should see. Now, first, we need to ask some questions. Give me a natural question that will come to your brain when you're hearing this. What's a natural question? Come on. Are you getting food at home? Are you hungry? Why are you taking the food out of the cafeteria? Do you have to keep up your blood sugar throughout the day? What else? What else? But the policy says you can't bring food out of the cafeteria, right? So we have to ask questions, okay? So I just listed some here. Why? And you guys hit it right on the head, right there. Are students taking food from Victor while in the cafeteria? Think about that, right? So let's look at the reality check. Victor is an at-risk student living in the projects with little to no food at home daily. Victor receives a backpack of food every Friday so that he has access to food over the weekend. Victor does not finish his food in the cafeteria and does not want to throw it away. So he saves the food for later. But we have a teacher who wrote Victor up because he wasn't following the rules. That makes you sick. Yeah, it makes you sick. Okay? Now, this is what we do for Victor because we always have to figure out if this is his reality, right? This is his world. Okay? You're the teacher. You're the educator, right? This is his world. So we know this to be true. So then how do we accommodate, right? If we operate under the fair clause, it means everybody can't bring their food. Nobody should bring food out of the cafeteria. If you do, everybody gets ISS, right? But that's not Victor's reality. So what do we do? What do we do? You know this as a teacher, and you're going to be tasked with that conflict. You're going to be tasked with that because you will, and I know they didn't go to WSU, but you will have teachers and educators who are near you who may operate under that Band-Aid approach, that fair. So you have got to be willing to go through the questioning, to go through what is the reality for this child, and then figure out, well, what can we do so that we aren't the same? So this is what we do. Victor is given a private locker throughout the day. When he is hungry, Victor goes to his locker and eats a quick snack. The door to the social worker's office is also left unlocked, and Victor has a private stash of food that he has unlimited access to throughout the day. That's extra, right? But it's necessary. It is necessary. And so you have to take the child into consideration whenever you're given these problems here, okay? Victor, given a private locker, right? You have to think outside of the box, okay? You cannot remain surface level. You have to think outside of the box. All right, let's take a look at something. Let's try one together. Here's one right here. The 5th grade team was preparing final lists for students to attend the Sound to Sea field trip. This is an annual overnight trip costing about $225 per child. During PLCs, the team mentioned that Madison and Mason, who are twins, would not be going on the trip because they didn't want to go. All right, so we see our problem, right? Okay? Now, the Band-Aid, the quick fix, what did they say? What did Madison and Mason say? What did they say? Teachers, what did they say? They didn't want to go. So they didn't want to go, then what? You're not going. You didn't want to go, you're not going, right? So here we go. The team of teachers reminded each other that Madison and Mason stated they didn't want to go. Therefore, their names were crossed off the list. The discussion continued. They would not be attending the trip. Come on, future teachers. Tell me, what do we do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? We're going to ask some questions. All right. Talk to your neighbors. 30 seconds. Go. Talk to your neighbors. 30 seconds. What are we asking? I 10 seconds. All right, here we go. Questions. What questions are we going to ask? Come on, what questions are we going to ask? Can they afford it? Do they have the resources? What else? What else are we going to ask?
We said, what is preventing you to go? Because we don't want to, assume a situation. So getting them to say what the situation is and then helping them.
Okay, so maybe getting them to say more of what the situation is. What other questions can we ask? What other questions can we ask? That's it? Why don't you want to go, Connor? Have you asked your parents? What else? Is there bullying that goes on in the classroom to make you not want to go? Yeah, could be. Any other burning questions?
Is there something that's preventing them from being comfortable spending somewhere overnight
Right.
without their parents?
Absolutely. All of these are the questions that we have to ask. Here's the reality check. Madison and Mason live in a broken home, no father, single working mother with 3 other siblings. The twins did not mention the trip to their mother for fear of the cost of the trip being yet another burden on their mother. This is somebody's reality. This is somebody's reality. Okay? And the simple questions that you're asking, even in here, or directing them to their parents, those are the things that we have to do to get to their healing. Okay? So let's think outside of the box. What could the healing be? What could the healing be? What could the healing be? You got to think. Use your neighbor. 10 seconds. Go. Use your neighbor. I hear the words. I hear it. All right. What's the healing? What's the healing?
Are there funds available to help support children?
Are there funds available? So I heard the words of your scholarship. Same thing. Yep. Is there scholarship money? What else? What else for healing? A fundraiser. Ann said a fundraiser. What else for healing? What else for healing? Anything else? Yes, yes, you have to communicate. Don't be afraid to communicate, because if you think about it, again, like they were saying over here at the front, sometimes, you know, there are situations that we come into contact with where it's beyond the child, where you're going to have that conversation with the parent. Because in this situation, the mom didn't even know. So she didn't even have an opportunity to be able to say, yes, I can afford this, or no, I couldn't. But children were taking on adult responsibilities and saying, hey, I'm not even going to say anything, right? Is that a reality in classrooms? Is that a reality? Yes, it is. All right, so now, your turn. Here we go. Now, I want you to, so where are my seniors? Okay, seniors. And then where are my juniors? Oh, Allie. Okay, okay. And then we have any sophomores in here? No? Okay. So, Tom, what are you? Staff member. Where are other staff members in here? Staff members. Okay. All right. I just needed to know who I'm working with. Okay. Now, I want you to come up with a present-day school example. Seniors, have you already been in schools? Juniors, have you been in schools yet? Okay, perfect. So we're good. And I want you to come up with a present-day school example of a situation that has taken place and a quick Band-Aid that may have been placed on it instead of writing the correct prescription for healing. Again, do not, you see that? Everybody see that? Do not provide specific names, okay, of people or of schools, okay? All right, so you're going to come up with your own present-day example of a situation, meaning a diagnosis, and a quick Band-Aid that may have been placed on it. Okay, and then you're going to write the correct prescription. Let's take maybe 6 minutes, okay? All right, turn to your tables.
The first thing that comes to mind for me is I had a student in kindergarten who would feel like in every state and like put it in the back.
Somebody needs to share at the table. Somebody needs to record it. Somebody needs to be ready to share out. 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
It could be, you know, a letter will go home to your family. Which for the mom would make you really
Making her come up with all this stuff.
Oh, good. You have some present day examples.
She's like, I'm a sixth grade. I'm like, you in class every day.
Mm-hmm. What's your example?
He wanted to get taken off the Valentine's Day list, and he like made it obvious to the entire class, and the teacher just took him right off. Yeah, but on the way to the hall, or on the way to, I think it was lunch recess, I pulled him aside, and it was because he didn't get these Valentines in kindergarten, and this was in fifth grade.
Fifth grade.
Really sorry for her.
Still there. It's still
He's
there.
the kind of kid that if the rest of the class would go out of their way to not do anything because he is obnoxious and doesn't give the right help for the issues that he has.
Oh, wow.
It's a whole.
Wow. It's real. It happens. It happens. Finish up your conversations. Finish up.
Trying to see if I can fix it.
Okay, no problem. All right, let me hear some examples. Let me hear some examples. Go ahead.
We had a student falling asleep.
Wait a minute, they're not ready. Hold on a second. Y'all ready? All right, go ahead.
We had a student falling asleep in class, and so the Band-Aid was just detention instead of like asking like why, and then he was getting behind in his homework and stuff. So
Okay, so quick fix, go to detention, you're putting your head down, you're sleeping in class. All right, and what's the prescription?
it's to figure out like what's going on, like why you're falling asleep in class, and it turned out that he was working late at night to help support his family.
So then what do you do?
Help just like try to find like extra support for him to give him extra time on some assignments and stuff like that.
But it's not fair. It's not fair. Did you give everybody else extra assignments?
No.
Extra time?
Not going through the same thing.
Not going through the same thing because it's not what they what. It's what he does what he needs that, right? He needs that. All right, give me an example right here. Nicole, give me an example.
We talked about bullying and how sometimes they will say you're overreacting or it's not happening or
Switching schools instead of actually solving.
They switch schools
yeah.
in Pullman?
No.
Oh,
Just
okay.
in general.
Oh, okay. I'm like, you don't have many places to go. Okay. Okay. All right, so they switch schools. All right, so what was the quick Band-Aid was switching schools, right? So what's the prescription?
We talked about like instead of throwing the bullies in detention, to like sit down and talk with them about like maybe like their home life or what makes them angry kind of idea. Because usually with bullies, they have like an issue inside that they don't want.
Okay.
So it's kind of getting to that level.
Get into that core of the why. Okay? Give me an example here and a quick Band-Aid and what you would do to write a prescription.
I had a student who was stealing school supplies and like putting it in her backpack in kindergarten. And at first it was, okay, you're staying in during recess, we don't steal, kind of things like that. These are community supplies and you don't take from your peers kind of thing. And then as my teacher got to know the student better and as I got to know the student better, we realized that she was living out of her car and we started asking more questions. And so she didn't have access to those things. So the prescription was just to supply her with those basic needs so that she didn't feel the need to take and hide the fact that, you know, her mom can't supply that for her.
Kids are not going to hear you or learn from you if they're hungry, right? We talk about the hierarchy of needs, right? They're not going to hear you. They're not going to be present in your class. So our job is to eliminate those things, okay? Good. Give me maybe one more example. One more example. Go ahead.
I was in a fourth grade class and a student was being pretty disruptive and the substitute knew him and didn't have any patience for him. So she sent him out of the class or to the office. He ended up, so that would be the Band-Aid. Sent him to the office. So I actually went out into the hallway and he was still sitting there and I spoke with him and he said he was freaking out because he was playing rough with other students and he felt he had a concussion. So he was very concerned about his own health.
Okay. She put that Band-Aid on him and moved on, right? Connor, can you share your example? Yeah. Okay. For Valentine's Day. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so a situation happened in kindergarten that the child was carrying all the way to 5th grade. I mean, you think about the way I started this presentation, okay? I'm still remembering what happened to me in 1987, and here we are, 2019. So the things that you're doing in the classroom, it really does matter. All of these examples, those quick Band-Aid approaches are just about being fair, keeping things the same, right? But the big deal is what's equal is not always fair. And what's fair is not always what? It's not always equal, okay? Have you guys seen this picture before? Right? So in looking at this right here, you know, we can't ask a fish to do what? Climb a tree, right? So I'm going to read these questions out to you. I just want you to think. I don't want any necessary answers to them, but what does it mean to be treated fairly? Do we all start the race at the same time with the same resources? What role, if any, do our individual differences play in being treated fairly? How does the playing field in education influence the rules of the game as well as who wins and who loses? How can we make the game of education equitable, right? Equitable. Now, everybody say level up. Equality is not enough. All right, so now what I want you to do is we have these terms here, equal and we have fair, right? We know what equal means, but you will hear in your classes, in the schools, you will hear these terms used interchangeably, but they are not the same. They are not the same. Equal is not fair, and fair is not necessarily equal, okay? They are not interchangeable contexts. So take a look at this. Let's just shout out really quickly. We know what's the definition now of fairness? What would it be? What would it be? Everybody gets what they need. What else? What else? I'm good with that. I'm good with that because that is what fair is. It's about getting what you need, right? Fairness means getting what you need, okay? I remember whenever I was here at WSU, and at that time, my sister-in-law and I, we were trying to lose weight. I think we're still trying. But how many of you heard of like Weight Watchers? Anybody heard of Weight Watchers? I don't want to ask if you ever been on it, but that's okay. I tried it. And I remember saying, this person over here, could get, it's like the points that you get for how much food you can eat. The more you weigh, the more points you get to eat food, right? And I remember thinking like, man, I wish I could eat as many points as such and such, right? Because we're always talking about fair. But if I ate as many points as that other person over there, I'm going to be as big as that other person over there, right? And so that's the mindset that we have to make sure we shift and get out of that mindset of, I want everything to be the same. I want everything to be equal, right? So we talked about very specific examples, but there's this one word that comes up all the time. It comes up. Now, sorry. Equality means everybody gets the same. This is a famous graphic. You guys probably have seen this. But this is everybody getting the same right here. Everybody is different heights here. But equity, when we talk about equity, making things equitable, it means they get what they need. This tall fella right here, does he even need a box to see that game? Right? He's trying to see over the fence. Everybody's looking at a baseball game. He doesn't need a box. And then the one in the middle just needs 1 box, right? And then the little guy on the end, just to see the game, needs 2 boxes, right? This is what it means to level up. This is what it means to level up, okay? Equality is not enough. We have got to move from being equal to being equitable. All right, so let's talk about roadblocks. Roadblocks. Remember when I told you earlier, I said you're going to have some peers that are in your schools that it's going to be hard for them to kind of move away from that fair, everything being the same, right? So what are some roadblocks? There are 3 areas that roadblocks come in. Roadblocks. Oh, rules, I'm sorry. Rules prevent us from doing our jobs or being equitable. What else? Resources. What else? What else? Rules and resources, is that it? That's the only reason why? That's it? Rules, resources, what else? Requirements. Sometimes we have system requirements. What else? Motivation. Okay. What else? Time. Have y'all heard the term implicit bias? Please? No? Preconceived notions that we have about children and situations. Have we heard that? If not, you will. You will. Okay? Now, barriers at home. This is what we talked about. Barriers at home. And you guys can read that. Can you? Can you read that? No? Okay. Family or personal crisis, mental health, poverty, hunger, health care, internet access, home environment, housing situation. These are barriers at home. What are the barriers at school? Because people want to get hung up right here. I can't do my job because I have too many kids in my class. I can't do my job because I need an extra reading specialist. I can't do my job because teachers keep leaving. I can't do my job because, right? And then barriers in funding. First of all, barriers in funding, yes, I put teacher pay first. Okay, we already know if you're getting into this business right here because you're expecting to get a 6-figure salary, go ahead and we're going to watch you just walk up that ramp right there. Okay, no, but yeah, we understand that. We understand that those are barriers. How many of you have even heard your practicum teachers saying how much money they have spent each year or each month to supply for the classroom, right? We recognize that those are barriers. That is a common phenomenon, but guess what? We got to break barriers. We got to break barriers. We got to push through walls, and that takes courage. That takes courage, right? Now, so let's take a look. I'm sorry, guys. This clicker it is my best friend. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you guys a little pep talk really quickly. How many of you know who this little guy is? Yeah, I love hearing him. All right. Maybe. Not. Okay. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. You want to help me out? Got it. I'll read some things while we're waiting on that. Principals from all levels of school poverty said students are experiencing a family or personal crisis. That's about 95% of people. 91% of people in schools need mental health services. How many of you have even seen over the course of 2 or 3 years the rise in mental health issues? That is real. That is a reality, right? 85% of kids come to school hungry every day, and I'm talking about schools that are in poverty. Okay, so we recognize these things as barriers, but what we need to do is look at barriers to students getting the resources they need to succeed. It starts with defining equity versus equality. Okay, we ready for the pep talk? Okay. So let's go ahead and let's think outside of the box here. Hey, we have to keep going here. So we talked about what kids need to be successful. Have you seen in your classrooms where you have book clubs and things like that that are going on, right? If you have kids that are hungry, what are these things that you can kind of be creative with? If a kid is coming to school tardy on a regular, what are those things that we can do to think outside of the box, right? So we can knock down those barriers, okay? Ready? Okay, I'm ready. Go ahead. All right. In my early years, in, I would say, elementary and middle school, I was one of about 12 African American students in my class. And the higher I went up in education, the lower the percentage was of African Americans that were in my class. When I specialized in college and beyond, there were many times I was the only African American in my classes. Can you imagine going to classes every day and not seeing anyone like you? Not seeing anything in the material that is being taught that looks like you. I had a parent who at one point had come and said that their child had been in a school for 3 years and had never seen a character in a book that looked like them, that they were mainly white, predominantly white characters. Those are the kinds of things that kids must see. When children cannot find themselves reflected in the books they read, or when the images they see are distorted, negative, or laughable, they learn a powerful lesson about how they are devalued in the society of which they are a part. Our classrooms need to be places where all children from all cultures that make up this salad bowl in American society can find their mirrors. If you've read any work from Dr. Bishop that discuss the importance of mirrors, windows, and sliding glass doors, that window allows students to view other cultures or situations that may be real or imagined, familiar or strange. These windows are also sliding glass doors, and it allows students to walk through in imagination to become part of whatever world has been created and or recreated. When lighting conditions are just right, however, a window can also be a mirror, which transforms children's experience and reflects it back to them. And in that reflection, they see their own lives and experiences as part of the larger human experience. We must demand that our classroom has an open window, sliding glass doors, and mirrors so that students understand that what's equal is not always fair, and what's fair is not always equal. Now, I want us to do an activity together, and it's gonna, where are my artsy people, my music people? Where are you? Well, you're gonna have to spread yourselves out, or the people, or the people at your table are gonna be quite happy to have you in their group. So, now, you're going to have to get creative here, all right? We're coming to a close. We're going to have to get creative here. All right, do we know who this is? If you don't, it's Sierra. She's really not important. Just keep your focus on me, okay? So, we've been talking about leveling up. But what does that really mean when we talk about level up? If you've heard this song, we're not going to talk about yummy in our tummies. We're not going to do any of that, right? But level up means to be better than society. It could be to be better than your colleagues near you who aren't doing things that are equitable to children. Level up means to be better. When you know better, you can do better, right? Exactly. So now this is what we're going to do. If you've never written a song, congratulations, today is your day. Okay? Look, some of you have anxiety. Take you some meds, do whatever you need to do, but we're gonna get through this activity. Now, so you have 4 lines. That's it. You have 4 lines. You are going to create 4 lines of music that talks about leveling up, about being equitable, okay? About being fair, right? But what have we learned about fairness, right? It means we get everything that what? That we need. So you got 4 lines. That's it. 4 lines. Can you do it? Yeah, of course you can. Ladies, I know y'all will be finished because you have these 2 people right here, right? Well, where are my writers? Where are my ELA people? We got an ELA person over there. Maybe they're a little shaky. Let's see. What do we have over here? Y'all might have to get to another table. All right, 4 lines. 4 lines. Okay, 4 lines of music. And then what you're going to do, you need a writer, and you're going to need somebody that's going to come up here and present their 4 lines. You only get 1 do. That's it. We're only going to get 1 try. I'm going to play this track. You're going to speak your 4 lines, or you're going to move on. Okay? And that's it. And sometimes that's just what happens in class. We don't have time to keep spending on this. All right, 4 lines. Go. 4 lines. Do you need to hear a sample? Yes. Y'all need a lot. Hold on. Go back to that slide. Yep. Okay. You can unplug this. Is the volume up? Okay, I'm going to let you hear what's going to happen. That's not it. But it's nice to kind of move. Oh, that's what we needed? We needed music? It's coming. All right, wait a minute. And you're just going to say, this is level up, okay? All right, I'm going to give you your beats. Here we go. Wait a minute. Right there. That's it. That's enough sample. They got it. All right, 4 lines. Go. 4 lines. Go. You heard it. That's it. 4 lines. Let's go. Come on. Talk about equity. Equity. Okay. She's got it. Oh, wow. Okay. 4 lines. Y'all practice it. Who's going to present it? Who's going to get up there? That's it, 4 lines. You got it? No, got it. I don't know if this will increase your anxiety, but one group is finished, but keep going. Anybody need more time? Okay, all right, keep going. Oh, y'all ready? Make sure you have one dance move in your pocket. Just saying. Yeah, we're gonna need that.
Good thing it's installed.
Okay. One, two. Anybody need more time? A little bit. That means 1 minute. So probably what we need to do is,
Just rewind it every time.
yeah, no, just rewind it, start from the beginning, and then I'll direct them up here.
Okay, so from the whole beginning.
Yep. You start at point, I think like 11 seconds or something.
Yep.
You could slide it there, and then we'll start there. All right. Y'all ready? Choose somebody to hold the mic. Come on up. Let's go. Let's go. We got one person. Let's go. All right. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. All right. Okay. Now, we got everybody represented? Okay. Y'all getting an interesting order. Very good. Okay. Now, I need at least 2 people to dance behind them. Let's go. Go. One person. Let's go. I need a dancer. Come on. Come on. Get behind your group. Get behind your group. Allie wants to dance by herself. Let's go. I'm going to give y'all, I should have given y'all a keep it clean disclaimer. You're dancing and you're singing. This group, you need extended time, okay? All right, the person that's going to hold the mic, you need to step forward 1 step. The dancer needs to get behind him. If you're going to be rapping, saying your lyrics, the person with the dance moves needs to be behind you. So, okay. Wait a minute. All right, do we have everybody? No, we're not going to have time to move. You're going to move the mic. You're going to pass the mic. All right, where's the first group? Where's the second group? Where's the third group? No, y'all. Who's in Anna's group?
Oh, so you need a dancer?
Yeah, we got to have a dancer from each group. Let's go. 1 or 2 is fine. That's good. I see 1. I see 2. Y'all are 3. Where's group 4?
Sachi, we got her right here. She good.
Where's group 4? Allie. Okay. Okay. Okay, we got a dancer. Sachi, you're going to have to get on, okay? So, wait, you're a group? Who's dancing? Okay, you're going to step up top there. You're dancing. Okay, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4. Allie, I'm a level up with you right now.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. We got Allie. Who's your dancer? All right, what group are you?
They're still sitting down. We're going to be here.
What?
These are my dancers.
Who has the mic?
Oh, me.
Oh, and then what group are you guys with?
She's her own group. Yeah,
Oh, if you holding the mic, step up so I know who has the mic. We're going to be passing it fast. You're your own group, right? And you're the group, and you're a group. All right, here we go. Step up. All right, here we go. Mark, you're going to start us off. I am? Now listen. Listen.
not easy.
Here we go. I'm going to tell you what you're going to do. And you just have to get it the first time, okay? That's it. Now, the intro is going to come on. The first group's going to come on. You're going to say your 4 lines. Then we all going to say together, level up, level up, level up, level up. Okay, all that, right? And then 5 groups are going to go in a row. I'm going to try to direct you. So, Mark, you're all by yourself. Here you go. You're only as strong as your weakest link. I don't know where it is. Yeah, so Mark, as soon as you're done, where's group 2? Step forward. You got to pass that mic off and be ready. Put me back on the screen. That way they can kind of assist out here. You got to pass the mic. Where's group 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6? Y'all got to pass it immediately. All right, here we go. DJ. Now, what you guys are going to do is record them, 1. 2, what you're going to do is when level up comes in, you guys are going to say level up, level up, level up, level up, okay? You got it? What's your name? Sam. Okay. All right, here we go. Mark. Mark, I don't know what you're talking about, but the lyrics of the song, you're going to just give me 4 lines. That's it. 4 lines.
So in between the 4 lines, there's no level up.
It's going to be 1. It's between this one, and I'm going to help you out. You say your 4 lines. You start this off right. Everything else going to fall in place, Mark. Okay. All right. DJ, drop the beat. You can put it on the screen for me, Dr. B. No. It's going to be fast. We have a choir up here. Did somebody take a picture there? This is a choir. Now listen, when your lines come, dancers, don't be slack. Don't be slack. All right, here we go. 12. Put it at 11 seconds, please. Just take it. I'll take it from there. All right, here we go. Go ahead. I'm going to try to direct you, but you got to say your words. Here we go. We're going to say level up, level up. Hey, level up, level up, level up, level up. Come on. Mark, here we go. Right here. Go. Pass. Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. Here we go. Pass it. Pass it. a dance break. Come on, move your bodies. It's a dance break. That's it. Level up. We're going to count down. 4. Level up. Let me hear you. Here we go. Level up, level up, level up. 4 lines. Level up. Here we go. Pass. Then we say 4 lines. Then we say, here we go. Ready, go. Hold on, it's a dance break. Dance break. Hey, blame your ambassador. She did 8 lines. Here we go. We're going to count it down. Here we go. 4, 3. Come on, y'all. Level up. Level up, level up, level up. Dancers. Now, here we go. Go, go. Pass. All right, level up, level up. All right, give him a hand. Good job, good job. Way to end it. Good job. Good job. Good job. Oh, man. Wow. How many of you just changed your major to music? How many of you changed your major to dance? Allie? Allie, ooh, keep it clean. Okay. All right. Now, so basically that's obviously just a way to kind of take everything that we have and kind of put it into context. I want to kind of go back so we can end here. I gave you guys a depiction in the beginning of what 1987 looked like for me, of the not being fair, right? Of things not being equitable. But this is what not being equitable looks like in 2019. And that kind of makes you really think, right? This is 2019. And that is your job. That's what you're tasked with, future teachers. That's what you're tasked with, of leveling up, so that we don't have images like this in our schools and in our communities, right? I always try to talk about like relationships, because relationships are super, super important. You hear that in your classes all the time, right? Build relationships, build relationships, build relationships. Those things are important, and I'm not necessarily going to kind of rehash, those things for you again, but we have to make sure that we know our kids, that we know them, that we're building those relationships with them. I had a student in my 4th grade classroom. His name was Nike. Okay, no judgment. Nike. Okay, Nike Apollo Perry, right? Okay, that was his name. And I met Nike. It was my first year of teaching, and Nike had a 2-on-1, not a 1-on-1, but a 2-on-1, right? We had about 7 teachers in my school in the 4th grade group, 7 teachers, and I watched Nike come down the halls every day with his 2-on-1, every single day. And Nike was bounced to every classroom. So this part of teachers here had Nike. They couldn't do anything with him. Next weeks or months or so, he'd be in this classroom. Then the next month, this is real. This is real. This is a story of my life. One day I got a call to the office by the principal, and I walked in and I saw Nike's 2-on-1s. I saw his 2 bodyguards in the office. Now, granted, Nike was a part of a gang. I had gang members in my classroom at the time as a first-year teacher. And so when I walked in and I saw them, I said, uh-oh, what does this mean? And my principal looked at me and she said, well, Ms. Price, it's your turn. And I said, my turn for what? You know? And I looked at them, and it was my turn to have Nike in my class. And I said, okay. And so they all looked at me kind of stunned, like, okay, have you seen what this child has done in the school? You're just going to say, okay? Yeah, okay. So they brought Nike down to my door that following morning, and I was standing at my door, and I saw him coming. He had his little ankle brace on. This is fourth grade. He had his little ankle brace on, had his 201s, and I'm greeting everybody coming in. And Nike gets to me, and I say, good morning, Nike. And he walks right past me like I wasn't even talking. So I kept going. Now, the rule book say, y'all know what the policy says. Hey, an adult is speaking to you. Hey, you need to speak. You need to be respectful, right? You don't walk away from an adult when they're talking to you, right? Nike just did everything against the handbook right then, right? I let it go. Next day, same thing. I see Nike in his 201s coming down the hall, and I'm greeting kids. I'm standing at my door. I'm like, good morning, Nike. Same thing, as if I was not standing there. And as an adult, when a kid does something that you deem disrespectful, you're like, I know he didn't. Like really? I know he didn't, but okay. I let it go. I'm like, whatever, okay. So weeks go by, same pattern. I'm standing at the door every morning. Good morning, Nike, good morning. Same thing, 201's looking at me like, we out of here, you know, and they leave, right? So one morning, Nike comes down that hallway, and I see him coming. I'm standing at my door, and I'm like, okay. And every morning I contemplate, man, I ain't not speaking to him. He keeps doing this. You know, we get petty. We're petty, too. Adults are petty. So he comes down the hall, and I say, good morning, Nike, and this is what he does. I'm like, I'm winning. So he goes on in the classroom. I don't say anything about it. Weeks come. That's what I got maybe for about a week or so. The next thing I get, it went from that head nod to the hand, you know, he's just going to wave me off. He goes in the classroom. And then it went from a wave to, yeah, I mean, I'm like, okay, I hope these not gang signs because I don't get it, you know. So then this one morning, we were months in school, probably about 3 or 4 months out to see he had been in my class. And he came down the hall, and I said, good morning, good morning, Nike. He said, good morning, Miss Price. And I was stunned because, one, he spoke. I was stunned. But what had happened that you can't really see all the finer details in the midst of that is that I had built a relationship with Nike. Okay, yeah, Nike was in a gang. Nike was doing all kinds of activities. Nike was walking over dead bodies coming to school. I was having to be interviewed by police officers and try to help get Nike to talk about things that he had seen, murders that had happened. This was the reality of a 9-year-old child. So am I going to sit here and say, well, you should speak to me as an adult? No, he has bigger fish to fry. He's not thinking about that. But the one thing that I knew was the same for Nike every single day is that I treated him fairly, okay? I heard his voice every day, something that had not been happening before. But I had built a relationship up with Nike from the beginning so that he would be able to speak, so that he would be able to perform in my classroom. But sometimes we get so caught up in our stuff that we forget about the Nikes of the world, right? We know that what really happens in school sometimes is this right here. The ones who's already ahead of the race, they get everything, and we forget about those Nikes. We forget about him, that he's that little man down there, and instead, we're digging him deeper and deeper, going the entire wrong direction, digging him deeper and deeper. And so he never has an opportunity to see the game at all. And I bring my kids back to full circle because we forget about children. These are my children. And on the ends, this is their first day of school as a kindergartner, both of them. At some point, somewhere in the world, my children will become our children. And we have to make sure that that's our focus when all of that stuff gets in the way. We know what the life of a teacher looks like. The paperwork, the meetings, the required lesson planning, the work we do at home and don't get paid for, the extracurricular activities we must attend, the school improvement team meetings that we attend, the board meetings, the extra supervision, the quick 12-minute lunch. Yes, I said 12-minute lunch periods, the bladder infections because we can never go to the bathroom. All of these things exist, but we cannot forget about the Nikes of the world. And that's why we must level up. Level up. When you can't reach Mason's mom, we do what? We level up. Come on with me. When Justin keeps his head down on his desk, we what? Level up. When Kimberly doesn't greet you with eye contact, when Shanice doesn't have materials for your class, when Brady doesn't turn in his project, when Guadalupe is tardy to school on a regular, when Morgan is non-responsive, non-compliant, and has an attitude, when all of these things happen, we're going to level up. You're going to look beyond the you get to, I get to. You're going to look beyond that. You're going to look into the soul of kids. You're going to look what's underneath them. If you ever seen that picture of the iceberg where, like if you think about Titanic, right? They saw the stuff that was on the surface, but what did they miss? What did they miss? All the stuff underneath. That's children, and that's your job. That's your job, to dig deeper, to look beyond that surface, to look beyond that Band-Aid approach when you're dealing with kids. Does everybody understand that? So what's our job? What are we tasked with? To do what? Level up. Equality is not enough. Everybody say it. Equality is not enough. Now, I started this to talk about being fair. You guys have been a great audience. You were very, very, very attentive. But by chance, if there's anybody in here that didn't hear a word that I said, if somebody asks you what is fair, this is what I want you to tell them. It's where you get cotton candy. If you don't remember anything else, just, you know what, just forget everything I said. A fair is where you get cotton candy. Guys, thank you for your time. I appreciate you.